What every homeschool hesitant parent needs to hear. That's right. Are you homeschool hesitant? Well, there's a vaccine for that. Just kidding. Okay, this video is your vaccine. Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I am host of the Homeschool How-To podcast. I never envisioned myself homeschooling, but I started to learn more about the government and realized, hey, that system is not going to work for us. So I started talking to homeschoolers and eventually turned that into a podcast. And 2 years later, here I am trying to summarize everything I have learned from over 100 homeschooling families so that you can get the information and get your kid pulled out of school. What every homeschool hesitant parent needs to hear. You are already teaching your kids. You've already taught this thing. Maybe you didn't teach her how to brush her hair, but look at it. Look at it. She's alive. She's thriving. Huh. Do you know how to talk? You don't know how to talk? Who taught you how to talk?
I'm a baby.
Oh, well, you are a baby, but you do know how to talk, right? I taught you that. I taught you to talk. Well, me and Miss Rachel, you taught them how to walk, how to talk, how to use a spoon, tie their shoes, all without a degree in walking or talking or shoe tying. All right. Great job. Yes. Homeschooling is just an extension of what you're already doing, guiding, supporting, and nurturing their growth. All right, if you can teach life skills, you can teach academics. You're their first and best teacher. Number 2, you do not need to be an expert in every subject. I can't teach trigonometry. I don't even know if I took that class. Well, if I didn't take that class and I graduated, then your kids don't need it either. You don't have to know everything to homeschool successfully. There are endless resources. Online courses, co-ops, tutors, YouTube, podcasts, books, and more. Plus, learning alongside your kids is so powerful. I love it. It's my favorite part. I mean, I'm learning so much teaching first grade and kindergarten, more than I ever learned in 12 plus years of formal schooling. Like, I'm not even joking. I think some of it has to do with like just learning something at a specific age that it sinks in more too. It models curiosity and lifelong learning. My son sees me get excited about learning, especially about like nature or science and history. He gets excited too because he's like, oh, if mom thinks this is cool, this might actually be something I want to know. All right, so you don't need to have all of the answers. You just need to be willing to find them together, and you're going to grow your bond together, and it's just going to be awesome. And like I said, there are so many resources to help you do that, and my flowchart and course are really going to help you with that. School does not have to look like school. This model is outdated, okay? Homeschool does not mean recreating the classroom at your kitchen table. Like, when I thought about homeschooling, it seemed so daunting because I was like, I do not want to sit there on Sunday night, like planning the week and going to get groceries. Like, oh, this week I need, yarn and hot glue. My son is obsessed with hot glue, but all right, I just didn't see that for myself. And you know what? I haven't done it once. And we've been at this for almost 2 years now. So you don't have to do that if that's not how you want to homeschool. And you know what? Your kids will still get to do crafts because you're just going to realize that different things you bring them to, a play date or something they do on their own or a library function or a workshop, they're just going to get that stuff anyways. And if you want to intentionally do it, you are more than welcome to. You are free to. If your child loves it, you're going to actually love doing it for them. So just know that it is all what you make it and there's no wrong way. So the flexibility is just what's amazing about it. Learning can happen through play, through nature walks, through baking, board games, projects, and real world experiences. So the key point here is that freedom is the beauty of homeschooling. You get to design an education that fits your child, not squeeze them into a system that's just going to produce little factory workers. It's not what you want. No, we don't. All right. Socialization is not a problem. It's not. It's a myth. They want to scare you away from homeschooling. So they're telling you that your kids are going to be weird and just send them to the place that has litter boxes set up where they tell them they can be any gender they want. And they can make up a gender. Just make it up. The myth that homeschoolers aren't socialized is just completely outdated. And homeschoolers, they often have a more rich social experience. They are mixed age interactions. They are in real world settings. like sports, clubs, co-ops, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church groups, and many others. So the key point here is that your child will not miss out. They'll gain authentic, meaningful connections beyond the classroom walls. And I remember thinking, like in the very beginning, what if my son or daughter are just so resentful of me because they never had a prom? I don't know, in my mind, the prom was different than reality because I feel like my child is gonna resent me if they miss out on this awkward cafeteria setting where they're required to eat food that they probably won't want to eat and dance. Like it, I don't know. Prom sucked. Like all of them, they all sucked. Oh my God, the weddings aren't even any better. It's all bull, all to get your money. But listen, the reality of it is, if you or your child want a prom, you can organize a prom yourself. I have a secret for you. You don't need a government institution to organize a dance. You can do it with other homeschooling parents. You guys can just rent a space, get some food, have them get all gussied up in their cute little gowns that probably cost $500 and drive them in a limo or horse and buggy, and they can have a dance. Like you can just do that. It's awesome. And I've talked to some people on my podcast that people come from all cities all over just to come to this prom. So it's like I live in a small town. I only know 5 homeschoolers. You can extend it, put it on Facebook that you're organizing this, have people contribute money and set it up. It'll be so fun. If you didn't want to do that, your child can go to a prom as a guest. Like many homeschoolers, the children are still friends with kids in school, or they know them through sports or family, and they're invited as a guest to the prom. So there's that. And then it's like just the silliness of it. These carrots that the school system dangles are just that. They're carrots. And what are you giving up for these carrots that they're dangling? You're giving up so much. So just know that things like the prom and the football games, first of all, they are not usually as exciting as of an experience as we think of them as, and missing out on them, to a lot of kids, they don't care. And I think it's more the media and movies idealize these events, but we have to just think about the bigger picture. Like, what else are they gaining by homeschooling that you're able to provide that kids in school can't get? So sure, it's a trade-off. I like to use the analogy that the world schooler is never going to know the life of the homeschooler, and the homesteading homeschooler is never going to know a world schooling life, but they are both amazing ways to grow up. It's just, they have trade-offs. You can't mess up more than the system already has. Okay, the traditional school system, it isn't perfect. It's far from it. Overcrowded classrooms, teaching to the test, and lack of individual attention. Is that something you want for your kids? If something isn't working in your homeschool, you can pivot. You just change it up. Schools rarely have that flexibility. They just can't. There's too many kids, and the funding is just tied to so much. So your key point here is that homeschooling gives you the freedom to adjust, improve, and meet your child's needs in real time. Your kids will be fine. They will be fine. You know why? Because you love them. They'll be fine if you homeschool because you love your kid. You're gonna make sure that they're not locked in a basement. The fact that you're worried, it means you're already ahead of the game. Parents who care, who reflect, and who are willing to grow are exactly the kind of people kids thrive with. Okay, teachers can't grow with your kids because they are forced to teach specific things and to a test. So the fact that you can grow with your child and pivot and change things when needed is so important. The key point here is that confidence comes with time and experience. You are not gonna jump off the gate homeschooling your kid and think, I got this. Everything's easy. This is wonderful. No, but you know what? You wouldn't appreciate it if it was easy. You will have hard times. You and your children will fight. Your kids will be defiant. You will be tired. You will be annoyed. You will wonder, why did I leave my job to do this? You'll even hear criticism from friends and family, but you know what? It will all make you stronger. I have not talked to one homeschooling parent who graduated their children and regretted their decision to homeschool. Do you know what I have heard? A lot of, especially from comments on Instagram, parents that say, I wish I had homeschooled, or I wish I had started homeschooling earlier. Start small, trust the process, and watch your family flourish. The best education is built on relationships, not curriculum. Your connection with your child is the foundation of their learning. Curriculum is just a tool. You are the heart of their education. And your key point here is that strong relationships foster curiosity, confidence, and a lifelong love for learning. And isn't that all what we really want as parents? And just think about it. If your kid's a lifelong learner, they're gonna be successful in life. Like, there's no lifelong learner that's like, I really can't get off the couch. I just can't do it. I am just so tired all the time. If you're a lifelong learner, you're ambitious, you're eager, you want to get out there and find new ways to do new things. And that's awesome. I mean, think about just even, we have the idea in our head that you pick a job at 18, go to school for that, get into debt for it, like a lifelong debt for it, and then you're just supposed to do that job the rest of your life. Why do we think one job should be it for the rest of their life? It's so like arbitrary. I mean, your things change all the time. And we're actually looking down on people who like, oh, he left his job to switch career paths. Oh, like, no, that's amazing. That takes so much courage. And that's how we want our kids to grow up. Like, you know, have them watch you take a career change right now so that you can be home with them, and give them the courage to do the same when things just aren't feeling right for them or they want to try something new. So if you're hesitant, that's normal. It means you care. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up, be present, and keep learning alongside your kids. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful at all, please like, subscribe, share the content, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss my future videos. And if you want to check out my podcast, The Homeschool How-To, interviews with homeschoolers, please do so. I will see you in the next video.